Welcome back to another edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We are here and we're going to have some fun today on this Tuesday, the 7th day of June 2022. I am Dan Kuntz. Lots of sunshine, 52 degrees. Outside of our studio, sunshine this morning, most of the afternoon. Clouds will be thickening up by sunset tonight, which is pretty close to 9 o'clock now. Going to be fairly cloudy. We're going to be all right. As far as rain is concerned, there's no rain in the forecast really till we get to the weekend. And then there's a big atmospheric river that's aimed right at us, and it's going to pay us a visit just in time for the weekend. We can't catch a break. Details are on the way. We will have your headlines. We will have sports. The Mariners and the Astros, things got a little testy in Space City last night. We will have highlights. They had a bench clearing disagreement. Nothing real big happened, but two teams don't much care for each other. I think tonight's game is going to be something you might want to watch. And if you don't want to watch that, you can watch the West Side High School commencement exercises. We will have that for you tonight here on the NCW Live channel. I believe they get going at 7 o'clock on the campus of West Side High School on 9th Street. We will televise that for you. Later on tonight, it'll be commercial-free, just like Wenatchee and Eastmont's commencement exercises were on Friday. And speaking of that, we gave Eastmont the spotlight yesterday. Today, it'll be Wenatchee High School. You'll hear some of the student speakers from the Wenatchee High School commencement exercises. You'll hear from the ASB president, and you'll hear from a couple of student speakers, the head of the Honor Society. We'll have that for you in the back half of the program. And speaking of that, this is pretty cool. They had a little staff assembly end-of-the-year get-together at Wenatchee High School yesterday before school opened, and our very own Eric Grandstrom went there because they said you need to be here because we're giving you something, and they gave us this. Isn't this cool? Wenatchee High School's 2022 Heart of the Panther Community Support Award goes to us. Cool. So thank you very much, Wenatchee High School. It's very nice. We'll find a spot here in our studios to display the hardware. We appreciate being recognized. It was kind of cool. They didn't have to do that. Let's get going at 2 minutes after the hour on this Tuesday. We'll probably got some spectacular views to show for you because of the clear skies and the sunshine. Let's start out with the Wenatchee Heights camera. And there we are. And again, the Columbia River is running cold. We're going to show you a slide. They're a little worried about more high elevation snowmelt and with heavy rain forecast, not only in the Cascades, but in the Cascades of British Columbia. All that water's got to go someplace, and of course, it ends up eventually in the Pacific Ocean. But in the meantime, the rivers are still running very high and very, very chilly. Beautiful view from the tip of Wenatchee Heights. Good morning to everybody. I don't see a cloud in the sky, but that's going to change as the day progresses. Camera number 2. Lake Wenatchee checks in. Good morning, Lake Wenatchee. Good morning, Dirty Face. The snow continues to melt on the north side of Dirty Face Mountain. You can see a little sliver of Fish Lake in the upper right-hand corner. You can see the Kaler Glen Golf and Ski Resort. Beautiful view there. Loved Lake Wenatchee. Gorgeous area. You need to spend more time up there. Camera number 3. Rock Island says good morning, as does, for that matter, most of Malaga and right on up to the Steamboat Basin. You can almost see our jump-off ridge camera, or at least its location is in the upper left-hand corner there, the very tip of the jump-off ridge. We have a camera up there and broadcasting equipment and stuff like that. And Mission Ridge way off into the distance, still hanging on to snow, but it is melting at a pretty good clip right now. And camera number 4. Speaking of jump-off ridge, we zoomed that baby in a little bit about an hour ago. Uriah was dinking around on that camera, and he found 4 deer hanging around right near the tower location at the very tip-top of Jump-Off Ridge. Of course, that whole area, Jump-Off, Clockham, is just teeming with deer, and they were hanging around doing what deer do best, which was eat. And you can see a little sliver of the Steamboat Basin right below you, but we're zoomed in to Wenatchee from the Jump-Off Ridge camera. I mentioned you before, they're keeping a very close eye on the rivers. There's 2 of them that they're really concerned about. That's the Stehekin River and the Okanagan River. They could get up to flood stage by this weekend. Again, we got warmer temperatures than we've had in quite a while. The snow in the upper elevations has been taking its sweet time melting, but of course then we had all that heavy rain, and there is a significant rainfall in the forecast for the Cascades this weekend. So the Stehekin and Okanagan River are the ones they're really a little worried about. But the Entiat River is going to be running high, the Methow River, the Wenatchee River. So there is still the possibility of some light flooding, with the exception of perhaps Stehekin. so he can get some heavier flooding. It's a little late in the year to start talking about flooding, but of course we've had this strangely chilly spring. In fact, yesterday's high was 72. Our normal high is 76. I went and did the homework this morning. I used April 1st as my demarcation line because it's a nice round number. In the 67 days, calendar days, since April 1st that have come and gone, of those 67 days, 55 of the 67 days since April 1st, our daily high temperature has been below normal. And even though we're going to warm up, we're going to cool right back down again and be rather wet over the weekend. From the National Weather Service, here's what it's looking like. 75 are a high today. Again, lots of sunshine in the morning. The clouds will be thickening up by sunset tonight. It'll be cloudy. The rain in the forecast that you see there not until overnight tonight, about midnight or 1 a.m. is when we're going to see some light rain here in the Wenatchee Valley, like we really need that. 56 for the overnight low. Partly cloudy, partly sunny, depending whether you're an optimist or a pessimist. Light wind, high of about 77 degrees, a very nice Wednesday. 53 for the overnight low Wednesday night. We're going to cloud back up again. Thursday, the high pressure ridge, which is not particularly strong, is going to start flattening out, and that's going to allow the next system to come through Thursday night. By Thursday night, we're looking at rain. We're looking at rain pretty much all day Friday. We're looking at rain Friday night. We're looking at rain on Saturday. We start drying out a little bit Saturday night, a little bit light rain on Sunday, considerably cooler temperatures. We'll be right back down into the 60s by our high on Monday as we get closer and closer to the first day of summer and the longest day of the year. Mother Nature just keeps giving us the cool and wet weather, which has been prevalent for a very long time. I, for one, am ready for summer. That's just me. All right, that's your forecast. It's 7 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break. When we come back, we will have your Tuesday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
You are driven to succeed. This drive is part of who you are, part of your cultura, your valores. With achievement comes a sense of orgullo. It builds your community. You stand on the shoulders of those who have walked before you, the ones who pushed you to succeed. You have the choice to overcome the challenges that arise in your life. You decide your future. Sí se puede.
Bountiful blue skies, 52 degrees outside of our studios here in downtown Wenatchee. Unfortunately, the clouds will be thickening in as this day progresses. We'll have fairly cloudy skies tonight, maybe some light rain, off and on sunshine on Wednesday and Thursday, and then another pretty significant storm system rolls in on Thursday night into Friday and right into the weekend. It's 9 minutes after the hour when a 17-year-old boy posted a video on Snapchat of himself with a gun. Well, he had the misfortune of being not only recognized by the Moses Lake Police Department, they also knew where he was. The Moses Lake Police Department said because of the juvenile's criminal history and known gang affiliations, the police were able to obtain a warrant, and then they arrested him last Thursday without incident at a residence in the 700 block of A Street. Police say they also seized the 9mm firearm shown in that Snapchat video. The team was booked into the Martin Hall Juvenile Facility on charges of unlawful possession of a firearm. The Moses Lake Police Department said they regularly monitor social media for evidence of criminal behavior. A two-vehicle collision Sunday just north of Orondo left an SUV on its side. The occupants, fortunately, were not injured. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office said neither the driver nor the passenger in the other vehicle, which was a Honda Civic that hit the Ford Excursion, were injured, and those occupants apparently they fled on foot. The Orondo Firefighters Association said a witness reported that the Civic ran a stop sign at the intersection of Brays Landing and Lucky Badger Roads and hit the excursion. Again, this happened about 4 p.m. on Friday afternoon. Douglas County Under Sheriff Tyler Calley said the Civic was abandoned a short distance later. Apparently they attempted to drive it away, but it didn't do it. He said they have located the passenger, and now they're looking for the driver. A person who rolled their vehicle on South Chelan, not too far from our studios on Friday night, was uninjured, but he was arrested for drunken driving. The Wenatchee Police Department said shortly around about 10 o'clock, they say, on Friday night, they received a report of a vehicle being driven erratically on South Chelan. The car reportedly left the roadway between Orondo and Yakima Street, hit a tree, rolled over. Chelan Avenue was shut down for more than an hour while police investigated, and the car was towed away. An Omak man must serve about 4 years in federal prison for opening fire on a group of men. This happened last July 4th. 24-year-old Justin Dean Friedlander was sentenced to 46 months in prison. He pled guilty to a charge of assault on Indian country. The shooting occurred on the Colville Indian Reservation. That made it a federal case. Friedlander injured the victim with a shot from a .22 caliber rifle after a disagreement. The bullet lodged in the victim's knee and could not be removed surgically. Judge Salvador Mendoza said once released, Friedlander must spend 3 years on federal probation. And the Confluence Health in Wenatchee reported last week that 10 people are now in the hospital with COVID-19. That is the highest number of COVID patients since March, and it reflects the growing number of COVID-19 cases seen at hospitals throughout the state. Doctors and officials with the Washington State Hospital Association says the pandemic has not gone away, and protective steps like masking and vaccination are still strongly encouraged.
So at the end of last week, we reached almost 600 COVID cases in our hospitals across the state. There were about 75 more people that were suspected of having COVID, but not yet confirmed. That means their tests just haven't gotten back yet, but their symptoms suggested that they had COVID. And that is an increase of about 10% from the prior week of COVID hospitalizations, which is a pretty big growth. In April, there were about 230 hospitalizations per day for COVID on average over the month of April. And so that's pretty significant growth. Even 230 still felt like it was significant, but to be more than double that now is worrisome. But it's also way below the peak that we had in early February, which was 1,700 people hospitalized with COVID in our state. And that was the biggest stress in the system that we've seen.
But the good news part of things is that overall, as an entire state, it looks like the cases potentially are plateauing, with cases either at the same level or even slightly decreased. And I'm speaking specifically of hospitalizations of COVID patients, the same or decreasing in such key areas as Clark County, King County, and Snohomish counties. However, they continue to rise in other populated and significant areas such as Pierce and Skagit, and Spokane, and Benton counties at variable rates. The number one issue facing our healthcare system now remains, as everyone's heard before, the inability of our patients to be able to transition to that post-acute care setting, such as a skilled nursing facility or a nursing home, once their need for a hospital has ended. And so that part of our healthcare continuum, and we are certainly a continuum, the post-acute care part of it just remains remarkably strained, which in turn puts significant stress on our hospitals throughout the state.
One more item to touch on. Got this email from our good friend Jill Fitzsimmons yesterday reminding people that after the big deluge, the thunderstorms, and the flooding up number 1 and number 2 canyons here on the west side of Wenatchee, that if you don't have any business at number 1 and number 2 canyons, don't go there. As I said, the Public Works has been seeing way too many looky-loos going up there to take a look at some of the damage that happened. So number 1 and number 2 canyon roads are closed to through traffic to everybody except the people who live there, or if you have business in that area, UPS and the mail, they can still go up there. So they're cleaning out the culverts and they're repairing the ditches and all that kind of stuff. And quite frankly, they need the room. So unless you live or have business up number 1 or number 2 canyons in Wenatchee, it's closed to through traffic unless you live there or have business there. So let the folks get their job done Thank you very much. That's the news. A quarter after the hour, we will have a newscast for you at 5 o'clock and at 6 o'clock and at 10 o'clock. Also available on our homepage and on our Facebook page. With a preview, here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, North Central Washington Libraries has hired a new branch librarian in its East Wenatchee Library. Beautiful late spring weather today and tomorrow before our weather pattern turns wet once again by the end of the week. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has results on the Apple Sox Port Angeles game last night, as well as the latest on the Mariners. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. And don't forget, you got a news tip. We'd love to hear from you. Chime in. Go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com, or go to our homepage, ncwlife.com. You'll see the Contact Us icon, and it's down the road you go. In sports, the Mariners win a nail-biter. The Apple Sox win a blowout. But the local teams won, and that's the most important thing. Sports is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Transform your windows with a variety of colors and styles like the Allure Transitional Window Covering by Lafayette Interior Fashions. Hi, this is Darren with Mini Blinds and More. We can install the latest and greatest in technology to open and close your blinds with only a touch of a button. From the largest windows in your home to room darkening shades for the bedroom. From stylish shades for your entertainment room to custom blinds for those hard-to-fit places. We have a solution for all of your window covering needs. We offer a variety of window coverings from Lafayette Interior Fashions. Call us today. We are Mini Blinds and More, your local blind store.
18 minutes after the hour in sports, the Mariners survived a couple of Astros home runs in a little disagreement, I suppose you could say. They knocked off Houston 7-4. Robbie Ray gave up a couple of homers in the second inning. Then the offense picked him up, gave him the win. Cal Raleigh drove in 4 runs, including a 3-run home run. And Jose Rodriguez, the hero, capping the score in the 9th inning with a 2-run shot. The benches cleared in the 9th inning after Ty France was hit by a pitch.
Ground ball inside the bag. This brings home Julio. He scores easily. J.P. Crawford, he pedals his way to second base. The Mariners grind out a run here in this first inning. They make Javier work and sweat. It's a 1-0 Mariners lead. And he drills one deep to left field. Jose Altuve! Trade number 27 has just left Union Station. We're tied at 1. This is gone. On its way out to right field. See you later, Cal Raleigh. He goes deep again. It's a 3-run bomb in downtown Houston, and the Mariners have taken the lead right back. What a smash. Number 6 for Cal Raleigh. This ball hit pretty well to right. It's got some topspin, but this ball's got enough to go. Second home run here at Minute Maid Park on the year. Home run number 10. And back-to-back games, Tucker with batting gloves on hits a home run. Chaz hits one to deep right field. Back goes Dylan Moore. He's going to watch this one go. 3 home runs in the first 2 innings. Chaz McCormick with opposite field power makes it a 1-run game. Now Altuve will drive this ball to right center field. That's down for a hit. Stopped by Dylan Moore. They have a chance to get Maldonado. Instead they go for Altuve. He's out and Maldonado will score. This finds right field. Frazier's coming around. And for the second time, Cal Raleigh has given the Mariners the lead here in Houston. Swing and a miss. Romo strikes out the side. What perfect timing for one of his best efforts of the season. He strands a pair and strikes out 3. That hit him. What's Ty saying?
I'm not sure.
I'm just saying it didn't hit him. And now the Astros dugout just exploded. And now both sides are getting into it. Here we go. Now Scott Service, one of the first to spill out. That escalated quickly. Now somebody said something.
I think what Ty was doing is he said that it hit him. The umpire said it didn't. Then Ty looked at the dugout and wanted Scott to take a look at it. Now hopefully everybody calms down a little bit.
The 2-1. Swing, and this is lifted deep. This is driven well. It's out to right field. It is gone. Home run, Julio Rodriguez. Insurance in Houston. Yeah, he's feeling it. That's his 7th. It's a 7-4 Mariners lead in the 9th inning. The 1-2. Ground ball stays flat. Routine play, J.P. Crawford. The Mariners take game 1 in Houston.
After the ball game, managers Scott Service and Ty France had 2 different opinions on what exactly transpired in the 9th inning.
Ty France, pretty clear. And, I know, coming into this series, whatever happened, with them yesterday, we weren't involved in that. That was clear. He threw the ball behind him. The guy walked 3 or 4 guys all year.
Were you ejected?
Yes, I was thrown out of the game. No, and I think the bench is cleared and whatever, they are going to step in and do something, so that's what they did.
Were they upset about anything that had happened earlier in the game? Did they indicate that?
They did not indicate that. I don't know. I don't know if they were or not. So all I know is our best hitters in there. It's 2 out in the 9th. These were the first pitch behind him. Pretty obvious.
So it got me. I didn't hear the umpire say that it got me, so I turned and I told him to check, and he goes, "No, I got to get you." And then I asked him, I was like, "You don't think that was intentional, do you? Because of what the pitch to Tucker earlier in the game?" And he said, "No, I don't think so." And I was like, "Yeah, 1-run game. I didn't think so either." Then I looked up and their dugout was running at me. I mean, that was my whole side of it, my whole story. I personally, the timing wasn't right for it to be intentional, so I don't know if it was or not, but I don't think it was.
Mariners and Astros play again tonight. Justin Verlander and Chris Flexen. This could get interesting. First pitch at 5:10 on Root Sports Northwest. They only got one other American League West game in yesterday. Michael Wacha pitching a complete game 3-hit shutout for Boston. They beat the Angels 1-0. You can make that 12 losses in a row for Los Angeles. Texas was rained out at Cleveland. They'll make it up today as part of a doubleheader. We mentioned the offensive power shown so far by the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Well, they flexed that muscle again last night. 16-2 over the lefties. Wenatchee gave the home crowd at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium a lot to cheer about. They plated 8 runs in the second inning, highlighted by a grand slam by Brandham Ponce. We get more from the voice of the Apple Sox, our good friend Storm and Joel Norman.
Well, the 8-game homestand got off to a fantastic start for the Apple Sox as they picked up a 16-2 triumph over the Port Angeles Lefties. It was the first home game of the season, and in front of a crowd of 1,010 fans, the Apple Sox delighted them early, scoring 8 runs in the bottom of the second inning. 4 of those coming on a grand slam from Brandon Ponce, an incoming junior at Washington State. Big win for the Apple Sox. They had 2 games over the weekend in which they had save opportunities and blew them and were walked off. But now Wenatchee is on the board with their first victory of the season and go for the series win on Tuesday night against the Lefties at 6:35 p.m. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Kodo Sato was the pitching hero, 5 innings for the win. He allowed 2 runs, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. First pitch tonight, 6:35. You can listen to it locally on Sunny FM. Another West Coast League action last night. Ethan Stacy's walk-off RBI base hit in the bottom of the 11th gave Cowlitz a 6-5 win over Kamloops. Alex Arnunn also helped the Black Bears' cause. He went 2 for 5 with a couple of RBIs. And Ivan Brethor tied it in the 9th with an RBI sacrifice fly. Then Javi Espinosa scored in a wild pitch to win for Edmonton over Portland, 10-9. Bethau also had a 3-run home run to help the Riverhawks earn their 2nd win. And those were just some of the games that people are playing on this Tuesday, the 7th day of June. It was on this date in 1975 that Sony introduced the Betamax, the VCR machine. So today we're going to celebrate National VCR Day. Yes, the late lamented video cassette recorder, which was invented back in 1953 for professional use. The prices were astronomical. Only the richest of the rich could afford them. But they got better and better and better and better. And by 1975, believe it or not, all of the major electronic firms worked on the VCR together. Yeah, they all did. Panasonic, Toshiba, Sony, RCA, Ampex, who made the videotape themselves, JVC. They all got together. They tried to work on an industry standard. Eventually, it was whittled down to VHS or Beta, and that was the format wars in the late 70s and the early 80s. And then, of course, VHS eventually went out. The machines weren't as good as Beta, and the quality wasn't as good as Beta, but the machines were cheaper and the tapes were cheaper. So in the end, VHS went out. And, of course, in the end, DVDs went out. Now DVDs are going by the way of streaming. A lot of people still have an old VCR, probably sitting in the closet somewhere. For one thing, if you got a bunch of VCR tapes, what are you going to play them on? There are companies out there, Legacy Box, you've seen them, that they take your old home movies that are on VHS tape and they transfer them digitally. And there's also lots of software out there, pretty cheap and pretty reliable, that you can buy. You still have to get your hands on a VHS machine, however. By the way, the last VHS machines were manufactured by Panasonic, and they quit manufacturing them in 2012. The VHS hung on in Japan for quite some time after it kind of whittled away here in the United States. But of course, in the 80s and 90s, right up to the mid to late 90s, everybody had a VCR. Happy National VCR Day. Always celebrated on June 7th. Because it said so on the internet. 27 minutes after the hour. Today in history, happy birthday to Vatican City as an independent country. Vatican City, of course, been around for millennial. But it was on this date in 1929, June 7th, 1929, 93 years ago today, that the Roman Catholic Church, the Holy See, and the Kingdom of Italy got together and signed a treaty to make the Vatican City its own country. Of course, it's the smallest country on the planet. It's only 121 acres. 121 acres. There are orchards in north central Washington that are bigger than 121 acres. The population of the Vatican City, 825 people who actually live in Vatican City. They're residents of the country. They have no taxes in Vatican City. They make their money from museum admission fees and postage stamps. If you're a stamp collector, you got to get a stamp from Vatican City. Souvenir sales, that's how the Vatican City gets their revenue. But ironically enough, two things about the Vatican City I thought was pretty interesting. We mentioned this a couple of weeks ago on National Wine Day. Vatican City leads the world in wine consumption per capita. So those 825 people who live in Vatican City are apparently mowing down the wine pretty good. And Vatican City has a very high crime rate in pickpockets. There are people in Vatican City, Italians, who are really good at stealing your wallet when you're in Vatican City. So they have that problem going on there. Anyway, happy birthday, Vatican City. And two very significant Supreme Court decisions came down on this date. One is very well known, one is almost not known at all. On this date in 1965, 57 years ago today, it's hard to believe, but in the state of Connecticut, if you were married, you could not buy or possess contraceptives. For reasons I don't know. But on this date in 1965, the Supreme Court of the United States handed down their opinion in Griswold v. Connecticut that said criminalizing the use of contraceptives by a married couple is unconstitutional. The famous right to privacy, as Justice William O. Douglas said. He said there's no right to privacy in the Constitution in plain text, but if you take certain parts of the Constitution, you mix them all together, it's there. It became the basis, of course, for the decision in Roe v. Wade. And a decision that very few people talked about then. In fact, I had a hard time even finding a newspaper clipping, but it's very well known now. 51 years ago today, in the case of Cohen v. California, the United States Supreme Court threw out Paul Cohen's conviction of disturbing the peace. He wore a jacket to a courtroom that had a certain, one of the 7 words I can't say on television in the back of it, and he was arrested and charged with disturbing the peace. But the court ruled 5-4 that one man's vulgarity is another man's lyric, and just because you're exposed to words that you don't like doesn't mean you can have the person doing it arrested. In Cohen v. California in 1971. It's 30 minutes after the hour. Some birthdays. Dino Paul Crocetti. Dean Martin. Oh, yeah, baby. The great Dean Martin, the king of cool. We love Dean. I love Dean anyway. We miss Dean. We lost Dean a long time ago. The pride of Steubenville, Ohio. Dean Martin, born in the state in 1917. One of those entertainers who did it all. With his partnership with Jerry Lewis, made movies, nightclubs, television shows, recordings. He did it all. Dean Martin. We love you, Dean. I'll listen to some Dean when I get home today. Dean Martin, born in the state in 1917. Tom Jones, 82 years old today. Happy birthday, Tommy Jones. Great singer. Great singer. Still going strong, too. We miss Prince. We lost Prince, of course. It's hard to believe he died 6 years ago. Prince Rogers Nelson, one of my all-time favorites. I'll listen to him tonight, too. Born in the state in 1958. And happy birthday to Bill Hader, 2-time Emmy Award winner from Saturday Night Live, one of my favorite cast members for the more recent editions of Saturday Night Live. Bill Hader, 44 years old today. We're going to take a break. Got an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Magnotti coming your way. And they're going to hear selected excerpts from Friday night's Wenatchee High School commencement exercises. You're going to be hearing from some of the student speakers when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Are you caught in a conflict with a family member, in the workplace, or with a neighbor or business? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on topics like conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us at 509-888-0957 or www.wvdrc.org to learn more.
Did you know that nearly 50% of pet poisoning cases involve human medications and prescription drugs? Sometimes the culprit's a curious dog, but cats get into their share of trouble as well. Other times, pet owners mistakenly give their pets their own medications that are safe to people but toxic to their pets. Dr. Shauna Baez and her staff care about your pets. Go to pawsandclawsvh.com for a complete list of medications to avoid or call 888-PAWS.
The Chelan Ridge team exists not only to craft exquisite wines and great food, but to make your visit memorable. And what a team! Owners Bill and Candace Swain, Chef Greg Kurtz, vineyard manager Enrique Hernandez, and winemaker Jeff Crowder all work together to make that goal a reality. And as a team, job one is to make you feel welcome at home and want to return again and again. Oh, and kids and dogs are always welcome at Chelan Ridge.
Things have changed in the motorsports industry. Short supply and high demand have emptied showrooms. But what hasn't changed are the experts at Doghouse Motorsports. They are here to help you reserve the machine of your choice. Stop by and check out the latest 2022 Husqvarna motorcycles, UBCO, and Intense electric vehicles, and other new additions to the Doghouse Motorsports family of high-quality products.
Over the last year and a half, the industry's absolutely changed, but the Doghouse is still your best option for all your power sports needs.
Bob's Burgers and Brews in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy great food, great service, and a great time. Only the best for our guests. We look forward to serving you. Stop on by today.
The NCW Life Channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCW Life Channel today.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, Bruce Springsteen is a Jersey boy, and that's pretty cool. But his song, Glory Days, always kind of bothered me. I always thought it was depressing, particularly the line, well, time slips away and leaves you with nothing, mister, but boring stories to tell of. Now, this is my goal. You know, I never want my glory days to be behind me. I always want them to be something ahead. No matter how old we get, I think we ought to need to keep stretching ourselves, keep trying to top the good stuff of our past. Glory days? Maybe sometime tomorrow. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
At Wenatchee Valley College, the Allied Health programs help students like me make a difference in the lives of others. We leave here as medical assistants, laboratory technicians, pharmacy technicians, radiologic technicians, and nurses ready to care for our communities. Whatever your reason, WVC can prepare you for a career in healthcare.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today. Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can just
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
First off, thank you to all of the friends, family, and staff who have supported us graduates throughout the years. My name is Taylor Schoengarth, and I have had the honor of serving as class president for this graduating class. Seniors, this is it. We're finally living the day that we've all been waiting for. 13 years of hard-earned success, 13 years of crying over the math homework that our parents tried to help us with, 13 years of lifelong memories that we will cherish forever. In just a few moments, we will all cross this stage to be handed our diplomas, shaking the hands of and hugging some of the people who have helped shape us into who we are today. In just a few moments, our high school days will come to a close. This is not the end of something great, but the beginning of something greater. Congrats, class of 2022. We did it. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker of this evening. Please welcome Perla Cacho Navarte.
Wow. Good evening, students, faculty, and parents. Today is a great day. Today we celebrate with our friends and family a day that we have been waiting for the past 13 years. This is it. And I know that there are some of you out there who cannot wait until you're handed your diploma, but I also know that others of you are struggling with the idea of leaving. And honestly, I am too. I mean, it's crazy to think about how far we've come. I can't even begin to comprehend that 4 years ago, I was walking the high school halls with a school map in one hand and a hydro flask in the other. Our school is big, and it was quite intimidating at first. It was difficult to find our group of lifelong friends and a place where we felt like we belonged. And with our luck, just as we started to get comfortable, a worldwide pandemic hit. Our worlds were turned upside down time after time, but our class stayed resilient through it all. We had to adapt to learning through a screen, teachers were expected to teach through it, and parents were left with a duty that they were not trained for. I would like to take this time to say thank you and show my appreciation to all of the teachers sitting here tonight. Teachers, you were all asked to completely modify your entire way of teaching. You were learning while teaching us, and because of you, here we are. But most importantly, because of us, here we are. No one could have predicted or prepared us for what happened, yet we managed to make it through. We are now more prepared to take on the world than ever, and that doesn't mean that everything is going to be perfect from now on. We will be faced with setbacks and face adversities, and we will have to make difficult decisions, but we can do it, and we will do it. Before I continue, this wouldn't be a graduation speech without thanking my parents. So Mom and Dad, gracias. Gracias por apoyarme durante esas largas noches de estudio y trabajo. Me han brindado todos los recursos posibles que he necesitado para ser exitosa y son la razón por la que estoy aquí hoy. Estoy eternamente agradecida y no puedo esperar para hacerlos sentir orgullosos. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Okay. If I had to choose one word to describe the class of 2022, it would be resilience. The capacity of a person to maintain their core purpose and integrity in the face of dramatically changed circumstances. The ability to not only overcome setbacks, but to also move forward. Sholem Asch once said, "Youth has the resilience to absorb disaster and weave it into the pattern of its life, no matter how anguishing the thorn that penetrates its flesh." I believe that this quote greatly defines our class, and I know for a fact that every single one of us has the ability to be successful in this great life ahead of us because we have shown it. To the class of 2022, congratulations. We have worked hard and we deserve to be proud of this event and to take this time to celebrate. I wish you all the best in each and every single one of your unique paths. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Sophie Ziesmer, the Wenatchee High School Honor Society Vice President. I'm honored tonight to recognize the Wenatchee High School Class of 2022 valedictorians. Please help me recognize, in alphabetical order, our 10 valedictorians. Lindsay Blakeney, Abby Carlson, Caden Delvo, Benjamin Grigsby, Heather Hayes, Lucia Musaki, Liam Newman, Connor Rounds, Sarah Tibbetts, and Liam Willett. These students are truly academically excellent. They have maintained a perfect 4.0 grade point average for all 8 semesters of their high school careers. Together, they have taken many college and the high school courses, over 50 honors or AP courses, and the equivalent of many years of international languages. We will now recognize them individually with their valedictorian stole. Lindsay Blakeney, Abby Carlson, Caden Delvo, Benjamin Grigsby, Heather Hayes, Lucia Musaki, Liam Newman, Connor Rounds, Sarah Tibbetts, and Liam Willett. Once again, we thank them for their contributions and many years of stellar academic achievement while attending Wenatchee High School. You may now return to your seats.
Good evening. My name is Avery R., and it is my pleasure to introduce the class of 2022's distinguished alumni. Each year, the senior class recognizes a Wenatchee High School graduate who has demonstrated an outstanding commitment to their career, community, and country through examples they set after graduation. It is my pleasure to announce that the class of 2022 Wenatchee High School distinguished alumni is Mr. Top Rojanasian, class of 2003. When asked about his experiences that shaped him here at Wenatchee High, Top shared that his friendships he made along with the exposure to different activities would help share his pursuit toward impactful opportunities later in life. While at Wenatchee High School, Mr. Rosenaustian participated in athletics, musicals, and choir. It is here that Top
gives credit to his coaches and teachers for showing him the importance of doing difficult things that make you feel uncomfortable. He shared with me that he learned by that embracing those difficult things, you learn to get more out of life. Like many graduates, Top was unsure of where life would take him after graduation, but he chose to pursue his college initially at Western Washington University. Top shared that his path was non-traditional and he found himself working in a variety of restaurants in Bellingham. That often reminded him of his passion of cooking he experienced while working in his parents' restaurant living here in Wenatchee as a youth. Undecided about his future, Top made the powerful decision to travel and see what Thailand had to offer him. While there, he spent time studying in a Buddhist temple while managing a restaurant. Upon his return, he enrolled at the University of Washington, Go Dogs, where he would graduate in 2011 with a degree in global studies. Growing up in Wenatchee, Top wanted to return home as he believed that the valley is filled with a sense of community. Currently, he owns the Thai restaurant in Atlas Fair, where he is also the executive chef. As a small business owner and having the experience of running and building new businesses in our valley, Top chose to run for the Community City Council and was elected to office in November of 2021. Top Rojanastian was sworn into office in January, becoming the youngest Wenatchee City Council member and the first of Asian American descent. On behalf of Class of 2022, I now ask you to join me in honoring Mr. Top Rojanastian as the Wenatchee High School's Class of 2022 Distinguished Alumni.
Well, this won't be too pretty compared to the others, but we're going to go for it. So, first of all, I want to thank all the parents, all the grandparents, all the staff, everyone who works here, all the people watching from TV. Thank you guys for being out here. Thanks for watching Class of 2022. Thank you for being here. Let's graduate tonight and have fun. So, if you didn't hear it first, most of you guys may know me. Maybe you don't. I'm Toby Hambleton, and I've had the opportunity to attend Wenatchee High School for 4 years, well, kind of with COVID. Had a little bit of a gap year. But it's crazy. It's fun. So, just going to look back at it. I remember my freshman year, walking through the hallways, again, just like Perla with a map, could not find Mr. Baumeister's room. I must tell you, it's in the library. It is not in the math hallway. You gotta look, it takes a while. And then you come to your second semester, and it's not a portable, but your classroom has a window. You're winning! These are just some of the memories. You could even go back to sophomore year for me, trying to write an essay about A Tale of Two Cities. Sorry, Miss Schaefer-Cloak, I didn't actually read that book. I used Schmoop. But I'm going to quote it. So, by Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities, he said, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times." That was kind of how high school was for us. I mean, we came here as little itty bitty freshmen, and we made it 3/4 of the way through sophomore year, and then we said bye-bye. And now we're back. Did we have a junior year? Kind of. We'll call it a kind of junior year. And we did that, and then we had our first full year. Some of us with major senioritis, 3/4 of a year, but we made it through. All of you guys are sitting here tonight, so that's good. Where was I? So, basically, we're all going out. We're going to go get our hands shaken. We're going to get our diplomas, all that good stuff. But we're all going to college. We're all going to work. We're all going to go on our own adventure. I don't know what yours is. I don't know what mine is. We're going to wing it, just like this speech. And we're going to have fun. We're going to find our own adventure. So, with that, I'd like to say that Wenatchee High School is a little bit of crazy, a little bit of fun, all over the place. It is what it is. But now, class of 2022, we've made it. And I'd like to say that I'm lucky to have something that makes saying goodbye hard. Winnie the Pooh said that, by the way. So, a little short speech. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Let's go and create our own adventure. Class of 2022.
As AmeriCorps members and volunteers, we do more than talk about our core values. We take action and commit to making our community stronger.
At AmeriCorps, my commitment to equity gives every student a strong start.
Our compassion brings food and friendship to neighbors in need.
My determination protects parks in my community.
Now more than ever, your community needs you. What's at your core? Learn more at AmeriCorps.gov.
Brian's Pizza and Bowling is changing their name to That Pizza Place. Now, there's still your same favorite locally owned family pizza and bowling center, That Pizza Place. Come hang out in downtown Kashmir.
The NCW Life Channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCW Life Channel today.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
I'm Brian Thorpe, and I'm proud to say that Global Car Care is growing. We always do the right thing, and because of that, we're busy, and it's time to hire an experienced automotive technician. We spend as much time with our coworkers as we do our own family. I want them to understand they're not a number here. They're a person with a family, and I want them to be part of this family too. Do you want an owner that understands and respects what you do every day? I'm that guy. Our compensation is the best in the area. I want you to have your career with us.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has hot tubs in stock now. Spas are scientifically proven to improve sleep and ease arthritis pain. Let us help you find the perfect spa today. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa is helping families reconnect, one hot tub at a time.
And we're ready to wrap up this Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, 54 degrees now. And still lots of sunshine in the Wenatchee Valley. The National Weather Service says they're a little worried about the rising rivers this week. There's two rivers they're specifically keeping an eye on that could get pretty close to flood stage. One of them is the Stehekin River, and the other one is the Okanagan River. Also, the Antioch River is going to get up there quite a bit, the Medhow River. Of course, the Wenatchee River has been flowing pretty high and pretty cold, too. So with the warmer temperatures this week, the snowmelt in the higher elevations, the rain that we had last weekend and the rain that's in the forecast for this weekend, rivers are going to get up there, folks. So especially along the east slopes of the Cascades, all that water's got to go someplace. We will keep a close eye on that. In the meantime, not a bad day today from the National Weather Service. Sunshine this morning, clouds this afternoon. After graduation ends for Westside High School tonight is when the rain is supposed to come. So if you're going to go to the Westside graduation ceremonies, the commencement exercises for Westside High tonight, you'll be dry, although it'll be fairly cloudy, and an afternoon high of 75. A weak weather system comes through tonight into Wednesday. not packing a great deal of punch. We'll top off at 77 degrees. Thursday, the high pressure ridge is going to start flattening out. That's going to allow more system comes in. By Thursday night, here comes a lot of clouds and a good chance of rain Thursday night. Good chance of rain Friday. Friday looks to be pretty wet. Saturday, off and on rain. A little bit drier on Sunday. That's it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.